What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to talk to you about stimulus today. I wanted to give you as much information as possible. It's probably not going to be the best news. It's probably not going to be great news. But every day that we go without stimulus is pretty much bad news. And it seems like we're going to go quite a bit of time without stimulus. I got a number of comments yesterday talking about how stimulus is not a thing. Stimulus is not going to happen. I don't believe in stimulus. We are going to get stimulus, but it's going to happen in the past. I also wanted to address a comment talking about how Trump is for the people, and once we get all of these liars and con artists and criminals out of the White House or out of this whole situation, then we'll be back on track. To tell you the truth, Donald Trump did not care about the American people. He cares about himself. You can look at this fund that he has to where he's funding basically protecting himself, giving 60% of the money to himself to pay off debts just in case he doesn't get into the White House or get reelected, which he's not getting reelected. President-elect Joe Biden is going to be in the White House. So he's basically trying to cut all ties with all that debt that he built up throughout the presidency. And he's showing that he doesn't care about the people. Yes, he can say, oh, I care about stimulus, but does he really care about stimulus? Depending what your definition of stimulus actually is. Stimulating the economy is the economy. People like to separate the economy and the stock market. They like to bundle that all together, put the stock market and people together, which people in the stock market are not the same. Historically, people in the stock market have moved together, have shifted together, but right now in 2020, it has not. Stock market has been like this. People have been like this. They've been straight they don't have enough food. They can't feed their children. It's too much for them to handle. People can't pay their bills. And you think that the economy is thriving or was thriving under Trump. It wasn't. And anybody would have had difficulty, but I don't think it would have been that difficult to where you couldn't pass stimulus if we had a Democratic House, Democratic Senate, Democratic White House. Stimulus would have been passed. This is what Democrats do. They give money to people to help out the economy. But Republicans, what they tend to do is give money to businesses so they can temporarily, have a Band-Aid, I guess, some sort of Band-Aid on the businesses, but the people are still struggling. So I wanted to address that a little bit, and I could address that with a whole video, a whole spiel, because there's a lot of negativity there. There's a lot of people saying, oh, well, Trump is going to move back into the White House. He's going to get reelected. Just stop. Just stop. But right now, cases continue to surge. We have basically 250,000 deaths. We just surpassed 250,000 deaths, which is ridiculous to say that 250,000 Americans have died from COVID. So that's absolutely ridiculous. Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has agreed to resume negotiations. He said last night they've agreed to sit down and the staff are going to sit down today or tomorrow. Democrats and Republicans have been locked in a stalemate over the details, which is 100% true. Democrats have been at that $2.2 trillion mark, and Republicans really want to push that $500 billion bill that doesn't help anybody. This is where you can see the difference. You can physically see the difference. You can say, they have been saying the HEROES Act had tax cuts for the rich. Okay, you can say that, right? It did have some sort of things that didn't make sense, which were taken out as you started to decrease some of the overall cost or the total cost of it from 3.4 trillion to 2.2 trillion. That was starting to be taken out. The things that really didn't matter that were going to help out the Democratic states that were struggling because of the pandemic. Yeah, I understand that you have a problem with that because you don't want to help out individual states. You don't even want to help out individual people. So you can see the difference here. You can see the bill that's going to help out people and give them unemployment, give them stimulus, and then the bill that's going to help out businesses, give them PPP and liability protection. Like, you can see the two sides of it. What side are you on? Are you on the side that you want help? Then if you want help, then you need to be on the side of the HEROES Act, because right now you can see the true difference between Republican and Democrat. And I don't know why Republicans were voted back into the Senate to control the Senate. So we'll see how that all plays out with these runoffs. But I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I thought that it was going to be something to where it's like, all right, the Senate's controlled by Democrats. We have that blue wave that they were talking about. So we're still stuck in the same area. We're still at a stalemate. We have to wait until they get back. I believe it's November 30th when they get back. So let's see how that all plays out. But I feel like nothing's going to be done. Biden has said he aligns with the HEROES Act, with the stimulus bill for the Democrats. So it shows, obviously, he's a Democrat, but he's also for the people. You know, the $500 billion bill is not going to do anything for Americans. You know, millions of Americans have lost their jobs, have lost wages, have lost, you know, the ability to get food for their family. And they need relief right now. I know for a fact that people need relief. I've seen it firsthand, and I can't do anything about it. You know, I can help them to a small extent, but I can't do anything about it to let them go the next month. I can't give them money and think about the fact that, oh, you know what, they're going to have stimulus the next month, because I don't know this. Nobody knows this. Nancy Pelosi doesn't know it. Mitch McConnell doesn't know it. It's just a lot to deal with. Biden is expected to meet with the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Schumer in Wilmington, Delaware on Friday. So today, they're looking to meet together. I don't know how much that's going to do because you think about it, the thing it has to go through is the Senate. It has to go through that part of Congress. And if it does not get through it, then we're stuck in the same spot. This is the same place that Barack Obama was in throughout his whole entire presidency, continuing to compromise because of the fact that you have a Republican-led Senate. What's the point of having a Democratic White House if you have to go through all of these hoops to get something passed? I understand that you need to have some sort of stoppage on legislation that doesn't make sense, because then you can pretty much get anything done, or you can get anything passed. And that would kind of be horrible, because if majority of the country doesn't support something, but the Democrats or Republicans support something and they get something passed, then that's how, you know, it ends up being a horrible situation. But you can't ever get anything done with only a two-party system. If one party owns one side and one party owns the other side, they're just going to go back and forth, and they don't have to compromise. Unless the president, who gets blamed for everything, has to find a way to compromise. They go down and they say, all right, look, we have to get something done. I can't go 4 years without getting anything done and just going back and forth. That's what we're dealing with right now. And we're going to do that even when we get to Joe Biden being the president. It's going to be the same way, because you still have a Republican-led Senate, a Democratic-led House. That's how it's going to be. So when people say, oh, Donald Trump didn't get anything done when it comes to stimulus, it's not true that he didn't want to get anything done with stimulus. I don't know his true intentions, but I know he said for a fact that he wanted 1.8, under $2 trillion, no more than $2 trillion of stimulus. So showing that he did want something, and Republicans did not support it in the Senate, and they did not move with it. Obviously, Nancy Pelosi didn't move with it first, but if Nancy Pelosi would have moved with it, Republicans would have not moved with it. So you can say that Nancy Pelosi said no, but she could have said yes, and they still would have shot it down. So it still has to go through the Senate, and the Senate did not agree with it. So that's my spiel on it. We still have to wait, and I'll continue to give you updates on what's actually happening, what people are saying. Nancy Pelosi continues to blame Republicans, and Mitch McConnell continues to blame Democrats. So that's just how it's going. We need that third party in there that will help out so many individuals, and to help out the system, really. Because if one side doesn't agree, the other side doesn't agree, the third side has to find a way to agree with somebody. They have a yes or a no. And if they have a no, then they agree with one side. If they have a yes, then they agree with the other side. So that's the way that we should be working this. But, we don't have that three-party system. We have a two-party system, which is horrible. But that's my video, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get your free stocks down below. And if you want to support the channel, use some of the links down below, credit card links and my store links as well. So that's it. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.